Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of teams who very much want to get back to 500 today. It's the Redskins going up against the Cowboys.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with the Washington Redskins. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Washington Redskins coming off a win over the New York Giants on Thanksgiving, and there's Kirk Cousins. He led them to that victory. It was the first time, actually, that Washington had hosted a Thanksgiving Day game.
But we know the hosts are traditionally Detroit and Dallas. Dallas missed 2 years in their span because the St. Louis Cardinals hosted in 1975 and 77, I believe. Not sure why that happened, but they did. Well, speaking of crazy stuff, Kirk Cousins won a game on a weeknight.
Yeah, how about this stat, folks? All of his wins in his career have come on Sunday. He was 0-3 on Thursdays and 0-6 on Monday nights.
There you go. Random trivia fact for you, folks. Take it and use it however you want.
And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The numbers for Pirine in last week's game: 24 carries for an even 100 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game. Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
Jordan Reed is one of the best route-running tight ends in the NFL, and it shouldn't be an accident because at one point he was a college quarterback. So at times when he runs routes downfield, I think he's doing it with quarterback eyes and almost in a sense is imagining himself catching a pass from himself.
Cousins. Jordan Reed has it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Cousins now on 2nd down. Setting up the screen to Pirine. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
When the Cowboys selected Anthony Hitchens, they knew they were getting a productive college linebacker, one who tackled really well and was able to diagnose plays. But what they also got was a guy who could also cover running backs out of the backfield, showing a dose of speed to run down plays.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. He finds some open field here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. It was was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On third down, Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dak Prescott brings out the Dallas Cowboys, and he'll be looking to shake off a rough 3-game stretch. He hasn't topped 200 yards passing in a game since the November 5th win for the Cowboys over Kansas City.
And also, this team's lost 3 consecutive games, all by 20 or more points. First time that's happened to a Dallas team since 2004. Look, the Eagles game, the numbers weren't great, but what was most frustrating was that the Eagles ran off a 30-0 streak against Dallas in the second half, which means Dak and his offense just had no answers.
Yeah, and then on Thanksgiving, 28-6 in that defeat to the Los Angeles Chargers. This offensive unit today, they're going to need Dez.
A full combo plate. Size, speed, toughness, not to mention incredible aggressiveness going and getting the football.
A second down throw for Prescott. Going right side, he has Witten. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Dak finally gets tied in. Witten and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Well, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. Into the Redskins. Have it they do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And it's second down. Cousins, a handoff. This is Pirine. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. Second down following the run. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Cousins gives this to Pirine. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Perine. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Well, Charles, earlier we were discussing the issues recently for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys as they get ready to take the field here again. But Dez Bryant also not putting up maybe the typical Dez Bryant numbers.
Last few years has been dinged up a lot. A number of injuries have limited his time, limited his timing with Dak Prescott. Dak's learned to throw it to other people along the way as well. But in addition, people are going to roll coverages towards him. He's the game breaker for the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to do their best to try and limit what he can do. And right now, he's having a tough time getting open and finding a way to make plays.
Yeah, Thanksgiving Day, just 3 catches, 37 yards. He hasn't gone over 100 this season. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Prescott finding his big receiver, Bryant, there for a Cowboy first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll give to Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Prescott now. He completes it to Bryant. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On second down, Elliott. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it third down and 10. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Back now, as I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out now come the Redskins. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets a made. Second down, Cousins. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And Paul has it. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Cousins on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Cousins. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's brought down. Cousins to his big target. Reed and the Redskins have a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Cousins. 20. It's complete to Grant. Touchdown, Washington. Ryan Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Point after here coming up. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Got three.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Cowboys haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Redskins have come in and looked good as the road team, and will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10. The ball will pop out here on the run. He'd end up picking up 11 yards on the play. Offense out now after the fumble. He'll take it to the left side, and he'll take this 4 yards for the score, as that'll tie the score at 7-all. Now midway through the second, Ryan's wide open, able to make the grab, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 37-yard line. They would go on to kick a field goal and put 3 points on the board. Late in the second, Grant's wide open here on the catch, and that goes as a 42-yard touchdown. The lead grows to 4. So that's it for us. We'll go back now to Arlington for the start of the second half.
All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume play in this second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Tim carry now for Elliott. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now it's Crowder. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. First down. Here's Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And now running right through it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's Pirine. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Out to the left here to Reed. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. Cousins from the gun on third. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
A give to Elliott running left. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. First down, Prescott. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Prescott now from the 50. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. Anyone happy about the three-point
kicker?
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Cousins now on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run it here with Pirine. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, here's Pirine. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Now a carry for Pirine. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he sheds himself free. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Pirine. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 72 yards. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he floats one there, incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And now it's second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Prescott now on second down. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
He's got it, and it's 24-17. So with exactly a minute to play, here comes a critical onside kick. Oh, the Cowboys recovered it. Yes, Cowboy football. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bryant. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you've got to get up there and spike it.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Cowboys. Bryce Butler in the final minute. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Cousins. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So they're operating in the red zone. Now Pirine. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Washington, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Good night, everybody.